My name is Stephen Smith. I'm with the Our Children, Our Future campaign, and this is a video about how we choose our issues. First, what is the Our Children, Our Future campaign? We're 3 years old. We're a statewide campaign devoted to ending child poverty in West Virginia. Right now, nearly 50% of our kids live in a family that doesn't have enough money to make ends meet, and we think that's wrong. We're a coalition of over 177 different groups across the state. Churches, unions, chambers of commerce, civic organizations, community groups, you name it. We like to think of ourselves as a good mix of experienced advocates and experts on the one hand and local citizen leaders on the other. And it works. In the last 3 years, we've united with groups around the state to win 17 policy victories, everything from raising the minimum wage to enacting truancy reform, to expanding Medicaid, to saving program cuts to children's funding programs, to getting kids moving and better fed in schools. So, how do we decide what issues we work on? Our process is a year-round process, and it begins right after the legislative session each year. First things first, in April and May, we go out to our community partners around the state, meet with different folks and say, what are the issues that we want to work on next year? What are the things that are getting you fired up? What are the things that we think we can win? What do you think are the most important things for our state in the coming year? Then in May and June, we open up an application process and anybody can apply. In order to apply, you've got to have a problem, a solution to that problem, a policy solution that you want to propose. You've got to have a team of people that includes experts, lawmakers, local families and kids who are affected by that issue, a broad range of people, and you've got to have a desire to see that issue through. This is hard work, and we'll work with any team out there that comes together and can make a case as to why their issue affects child poverty in some way. If your proposal is selected, then for the next 3 months during the summer, June, July, August, you'll have a coach from the Our Children, Our Future campaign who will walk you through the process, help you build a constituency, and help you narrow your issue into something that's really workable and winnable. In addition to that coach, every one of those policy teams will present at a policy workshop, one of 4 around the state, where you get a chance to make a pitch, try to attract other community leaders to get interested in your issue, and also get some real in-depth training of how to build your team and grow your issue. Then in September, we bring all of those policy teams back together for a symposium at the state capitol where you'll be able to interact directly with legislators and again make your case as to why your issue should be on the platform. There'll even be a session on the House floor where we'll get to debate the issues and then decide for ourselves what should make the platform. After that symposium in September, there'll be a 2 or 3 week period where people can vote. And we think that this is one of the strengths and one of the real unique things about the campaign is that we let every one of those 177 partners across the state, everyone who's been involved in the process up until that point, have a vote in deciding what issues we'll take on for the next year. So we have members of the State Board of Education who vote, we have lawmakers who vote, and we have everyday citizens, students, low-income parents who vote on that platform as well. The top 5 issues that are voted on, the top 5 vote getters, become the core of our platform. And then the next 5 issues also become issues that the campaign will endorse. And then what you'll see is for those 10 issues will get the full weight of the campaign's support moving forward. What that looks like is we'll help organize events all across the state where you can present your issue directly to lawmakers and community leaders to get their support in the fall. That means we'll help put together 2 statewide advocacy days at the Capitol where 800 people plus will come and talk to their legislators about the issues you've put forward. And we'll fight hard in the Capitol as well. Every one of those 10 issues will have one designated lobbyist that you can go to and talk to and help navigate the system for you and your issue. That's the process. And as we said before, when it works, it works. You stay in control of your issue the whole time, but what we want to help groups do is build the constituency and the team of people around you to make your issue successful, and to lend you some of that community support. A lot of people ask, why does it work? Partly it works because we allow our advocates and experts to do what they do best. So if that's you, we help advocates and experts turn their issue ideas or problem ideas into something that's really workable. We give them the training, and we help connect them to local leaders. By the same token, we allow local leaders to do what they do best. A lot of our folks want to be involved in all kinds of changes. We don't see child poverty as one thing or one issue. We see it as a whole range of things. So by going through this vetting process, this community vetting process, and then coming up with a platform, our local leaders are saying, this is great. We want to know the issues that are ripe, that are winnable, that can really make a difference. And so it allows those local leaders to do what they do best. The third reason we think it works is because it requires, even to get your issue on the ballot, even to submit that first application, you've got to get organized. You've got to build that team. You've got to turn your problem into a solution. And all of those activities and actions that you take help make your team and your issue get stronger. Finally, we think it works because it allows us to be nimble, that things change in politics all the time. So rather than picking one issue and fighting on that same thing for 7 years, hoping we finally get it passed, by being nimble and changing the platform every year, we focus on those issues that have the best chance of winning, knowing that it's going to take years and years to fight child poverty in West Virginia, and we want to fight by winning. We want to win by winning. One question that people ask a lot is, what if I don't get picked? I go through this whole process of submitting an issue, getting my team together, and in the end, I don't make it onto that platform. For instance, last year we had over 26 issue teams that were part of the process, and again, only 10 got picked. So what happens to those other 16? What we hear from most of them is that they sort of feel like one of two things. Either they're glad they didn't get picked because they felt like this wasn't really the year for them that made the most sense, or they keep going and they say, well, I may not have gotten picked, but at least the campaign and the process helped my team and my issue get stronger and more refined. A couple tips to wrap up. First tip is pick an issue that's personal for you. This work is hard. You're going to get doors slammed in your face. This is difficult work. And so if you don't have something that's personal to you, that really matters to you, it's going to be hard to keep you and your team going. Second, and this is the most important thing, get a strong team together. And that means people who are affected by the issue. It means issue experts. It means lawmakers. It means people who have people power. It means people who can bring money and resources to your team. And it means people you like working with, people you trust. Tip 3, make sure you're thinking hard about the solution and not just the problem. It's fairly easy to say what we don't want. We want to take the extra step to say, and this is the thing that would really fix it. Tip 4, start meeting with lawmakers now. Even if you're not exactly sure what your issue is, even if you're not sure how you want to approach it, all the better to go meet with your lawmakers now and start talking to them about it. You may bring them in at the beginning as a champion because they helped you refine that issue. So don't wait. It's a whole lot easier to get a lawmaker's time and energy in April, May, June than it is in January and February, right in the middle of session. And the last tip is get those applications in. Even if you think you're not quite there, you're not quite ready, that's what the process is for. Get that application in as best you can, and we'll work with you over the next 3 months to make it happen. And if you've got any questions or if you need help, get in touch with us directly through the website, ocofwv.org, or give anyone on our steering committee a call or an email, and you can find their information online as well. Thanks so much for watching this video and for caring about our communities and our families. For me, this comes back to wanting to be a father and a member of my community that I can be proud of. I want my 3-year-old son to grow up in a state where half the kids in his class aren't living in poverty, aren't struggling to make ends meet, where they have everything they need to have a fair shot. And I'm proud to be in this campaign with you and with all of the hundreds and thousands of partners across the state. Thank you.